Alrighty guys, welcome back to another Snapshot episode, and today is 21w10a, and I started this off a little differently. We are down in the cave already. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been dealing with fire this entire time, so we're just going to quickly put that out so it doesn't spread. Lava can light this place up because of all the grass down in here now, which is really cool, but also hard with lava. But as you can see, clay. We have clay everywhere because these can land or can grow on clay. One thing that I've noticed with these guys right here, these drip leaves, bats will trigger them. Let's see if I can get them to see it do it again. But they will occasionally touch them and they'll trigger it immediately. It's kind of cool to see them interact with things. So you've got obviously the bats spawning, you've got all these little bushes, and you've got all of your glowberries, you've all of this stuff. So the only way to spawn in this world is you need to do a 1.17 snapshot, which is the 21w10a, and then you need to do a Lush Caves only world. That is the only way that you can find these Lush Caves right now. But they are now implemented into the game, which is super cool. And as you can see, we're down in the Deepslate area, and it's looking amazing. So these guys right here, see the spore blossoms? Look at these spores. They create these massive area around it of spores now, instead of just a straight shaft down, which I think is a big improvement. It looks so much better. Now, you cannot climb them. It's kind of a bummer, but you cannot climb the glowberries right now. Anyways, one other thing is the ore. They have changed slightly again if you haven't seen them already, but copper has one, coal has one, and emerald has one. These three will never you'll never find them down here, but they made a version of them so that if you're in, say, like creative mode or something along those lines, and for mod developers, if they want to use them, they can. So that's kind of a little bit of a change, but they're there. You'll never find them in survival mode. So I love this tiered effect with the clay and the water, creating just this area for all this stuff to grow. It looks so cool. And then the Deepslate has a new texture on top. Don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but Deepslate has changed its texture on top and has changed its texture on bottom. It looks a little bit more like the side textures, but it is different still. You can see, there you go, there's the difference right there. Yeah, kind of crazy. I didn't expect to see a new texture on the top. I have not heard anyone else talk about it, but it has a new texture again. So who knows? I mean, it can change many, many, many times, but... And I don't have night vision, guys. This is the lighting it gives off from these glowberries. It's pretty decent. Obviously, mobs will still spawn, all of that, but it's pretty decent. So, I think we are going to go right on over to spectator mode and pop through this wall. As you can see, all of the Lush Caves just everywhere is so cool. Like, look at it all. And then, like, you've got some Lush Caves with the amethyst right next to it, just looking absolutely awesome. Oh, it's just so cool. One other thing that they have now implemented, finally. Normally, you would come down here and you would find, right here, infested stone, right? They didn't do anything with that yet. So, Now there is a Deepslate infested Deepslate that you'll find down here. So it's a lot harder to get away with not finding those silverfish. So you were hoping that would never change. Yeah, you're gonna find silverfish still. Sorry. All right, let's pop back into spectator mode. And yeah, there are so many new areas, and the new ores, just, it looks really cool. I like the design. I like everything that they've done with it. It really ties the underground together really well. And the deep dark doesn't seem as deep, dark, and scary in some of these areas now. Obviously, it's not going to be infested with every last little thing is these Lush Caves, but for a good chunk of an area, you'll find them occasionally. Because this is a biome-only Lush Caves world, you're going to find them everywhere right now, but that won't be fully generated. And there's even vines down here. So you've got your glow lichen, your vines, you've got the glow berry, like, it really does pull this whole thing together, and I love the implementation of the clay, and then it lets these drip leaves grow, but then these water tears, I love that. And this lava pool right here is actually, it really kind of completes this whole area. I really like it, and it's really kind of cool. It really is. Like, I know I keep saying that, but they've done just such a nice job with it. So this update, they have added the Lush Caves, obviously. They've added cracked Deepslate brick and cracked Deepslate tile, so the two new variants, which is super cool. So before you had the tile right here, now there is a cracked version, as well as the bricks, if I can spell. They have the cracked version, just like they have the cracked version for stone bricks. I wonder if they're going to come out with mossy versions. That would be really cool to see a mossy version of this, adding a little green tinge to it. But yeah, so we already talked about the infested Deepslate version now, but so we've already talked about the infested version, and then all of the different, like, copper and all the copper, coal, and the emeralds, how they have a Deepslate version, even though they will never spawn in the world natively. Naturally, it's, if you wanted to, you could add them in. So yeah, it's really, it's so cool. But yeah, so there's a few different things that they've also added, which is just kind of a few adjustments and changes, which is cobbled Deepslate can now be smelted into regular Deepslate. That is really nice. So when you're digging it up and you get cobbled, you can turn it back into it if you don't have a silk touch now. So if you wanted that nice texture, especially with the new top on it, I really like that, then great. You can now, Deepslate can be placed on any axis now, which is really nice, so it can be turned, some of the Deepslate variants and all of that. Lightning rods can now be waterlogged, as well as fossils way down deep. I haven't been able to find one, so I think we should go looking a little bit more, see if we can find one just as we're talking here. But they can generate way down here now, and normally when you find a fossil, there is, let's see here, you find it and the bone blocks are mixed in with a little bit of copper ore occasionally, or not copper, the bone blocks are occasionally mixed in with coal ore, and it just kind of makes it so it's like the bones are turning into coal type of a thing. This deep down in the world, you will find it with diamond ore instead of coal ore, which I think is really cool. So basically the amount of pressure that's way down here has changed the coal into diamonds, which, I mean, that's what would naturally happen, I guess. So it's cool to see Minecraft like taking and implementing real life things into just the game. So I definitely think that is a really neat thing that they have added and done. And then just some of the textures of the Deepslate ores and all of that have been upgraded and updated again. Hey, look what we just found. I was looking for one of these and couldn't find it. But this is a Lush Cave with the new abandoned mine shafts integrated into it. So you got the chains, the logs, all of that fun stuff. And then also around the Deepslate, but look at this. You can just, they can spawn inside of it. So it doesn't really matter if there's already a structure here. They can kind of work with it and work inside of it, which I think is so cool. I wonder if we were to go to /locate and let's go over to the, all right, so let's teleport to a stronghold really quick. That's not a stronghold. Ah, it's above us. All right, so it does. The Lush Cave can enter the stronghold as well. Wow, no pearls. That's unlucky. But yeah, so you can have like glow berries and stuff like that inside of the stronghold. Some vines. Probably some glow lichen. A few other things also in the stronghold. But one big thing that they also have added, which I am loving, if we can find one, there we go. Right here, the azalea trees with the azalea leaves. These guys are supposed to point you to a Lush Cave. So if you come to it and you dig down, you should find a Lush Cave beneath it. And so they're kind of all over right now just because, well, it's a Lush Caves only biome, but if you were to dig down, you would find Lush Caves. And it's definitely not the prettiest up here with the Lush Caves only biome, but when you go down, it is a lot prettier. So this is just a ravine, but they've also implemented the cracks into Minecraft. So you can have these very skinny, narrow cracks. I have not been able to find one yet, but they can go all the way down to bedrock even. Just these massive cracks all the way down to the bottom of the world. And I think it's a cool idea, but at the same time, it's very dangerous for the player. Like as the player, you're walking around, don't see the crack, and all of a sudden you fall into bedrock, which is hundreds of blocks down, you're dead. And it's almost like good luck getting that stuff back. There's gonna be some troubles, that's for sure. So that's kind of a fun feature, but also a very difficult thing, because it's like, okay, but can I get my stuff back? And so it's kind of hard. This might be one right, yeah, this is one right here. Here we go. Look at this. These cracks, so they just literally open up, and they're just a few blocks wide. And if you fall in, you're probably dead. This one joins in with a ravine, but these are different than a ravine. But look how deep, like, so deep. And yeah, you can find some ores and such inside of it, but look how deep it goes. It goes all the way down to below 0 because it hits the Deepslate variants. So you are dying. That's got to be at least 70 plus blocks that you're falling down. It's probably actually closer to 100. So I mean that's a long ways down. Yeah, I don't know. That's a very, very long ways down. But that is the cracks. So that's kind of interesting. But they've adjusted a few other things, including like coal ore. There's now a higher chance of coal ore, well, not a higher chance. So there's actually technically a lower chance where you go and you find coal ore can be found all the way down to almost 0, but it's almost never going to be open to air. So it's all going to be hidden, which is kind of a bummer because, I mean, it's nice that it's down to 0 still, but yeah, it's going to be a lot harder to find. This is an amazing cave. I love this pool. Wow, this is awesome. If you guys want this seed and this exact location, I will throw it up on screen some point in this video, so stick around and we will get that for you because this is amazing. And then it goes all the way up and around here. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so coal will spawn down to 0, but all of that below, I think about 60 or so, maybe a little higher, is all going to be non air blocks, so they won't be connected to air blocks, which is really that's a bummer. But I mean, it kind of is what it is, and so it's kind of back and forth with that. So they did a few other like technical changes, and so one of which is Minecraft can now have wind, which is really kind of cool. So if you jump on to the devs released a mod, not a mod, but like an add-on to the game that you can throw on, and you can have wind, water movement, all of that sort of stuff in the game, which I think is really cool. I don't have it on here right now. I mean, obviously the water looks like it's moving, but it literally like kind of rocks a little bit like how water should. And then the trees, like the leaves, will blow in the wind, stuff like that. They adjusted a few like commands and a few other things, but not super huge things unless you're trying to spawn things in like creative. You can only spawn in 100 stacks at a time. I mean, not really the biggest deal unless you're trying to do something crazy. But yeah, and then they fixed a few bugs here and there and went from there. So yeah, this has been the new 1.17 update, but look at that. Like, oh, it's so cool. So let's just pop back into creative mode. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Let's get down to some light. Not that light. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you guys aren't subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free. It just helps me. I mean, if you want to hit that bell icon and hit the like button as well, that would be awesome. It helps me a lot, and then you guys get to know when I post again and see more videos like this, as well as my Let's Plays and all the other Nether survivals and everything that I post, which I'm super excited about. I've got a few videos coming out lately that I'm so excited about and put a lot of time and effort into, so I hope you guys like it. So we'll see you guys next time. So don't forget to share with your friends, and we'll see you guys later. Bye!